You ready? It's time for the No Pleasure Pod with BDP1. Buckle up, buttercups. Let's go.
You guys remember Johnny Manziel? Yeah, me neither. He was the little cocky guy that was drafted high by the Cleveland Browns. You know, he would always do that was his thing. You know, if he scored a touchdown or did something good, he'd do the, show me the money or whatever. He was hopping around with LeBron, and he and LeBron were chummy, when he was the quarterback in Cleveland. He ended up, nobody giving him another opportunity once he left Cleveland. Wound up in, I believe, the Canadian Football League. I'm not sure if he's still there, but his twin, Baker Mayfield, appears to be dealing with some of the same issues. So, a couple of weeks ago, Deshaun Watson was pretty much cleared by a grand jury, and they're saying, we're not going to pursue any formal charges against Deshaun Watson, who's the quarterback QB1 for the Houston Texans, the black guy who was accused by more than, 20, may have been a couple of dozen, but I know at least 20 women, most of them like massage therapists, masseuse, things of that nature, saying that he requested inappropriate service and things of that nature. So he was being, they were trying to bring formal charges up on him, and this has been going on for over a year. Those keeping up, he was still on the roster with the Houston Texans last year, although they would not allow him to play. So the grand jury making that move now opens up the possibility and the opportunities for Deshaun Watson to play for any other team or at least be traded. It allowed the Houston Texans to field trades because, they were playing above board. They were like, we can in good faith, listen to these proposals and things of that nature until we know exactly what's going to be happening with his future, because they would have had the opportunity, if real charges came, depending on the language in his contract, they might have been able to recoup some of the money. They might have been able to just outright release him without any accountability to that contract. But the grand jury saying there's nothing to move forward with, Houston is treating him just like any other asset. We no longer want him here. We need to move on, and who has the best offer? So there were a handful of places. There was Miami. Miami said no. We're going to keep Tua. There was Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints, Seattle Seahawks, because they just got rid of Russell Wilson. There was the Cleveland Browns, and once Cleveland made it known that they were interested in speaking with Deshaun, Baker Mayfield got in his feelings and decides that he's going to go on social media, leave a note or a letter from he and his wife, basically stating, Cleveland, this has been great. We love being here. You guys have been nothing but great to us. This and that, and blah, blah, blah. And the whole dip. So, we're sitting here, and you had people like Colin Cowherd saying, this was great. Baker Mayfield, this was the best thing that he's ever done. Like, he was framing it as though it was a preemptive strike. Like what Baker did was he exercised leverage, and that he put Cleveland in a bind, for lack of a better term. And then Jim Rome, I watched Jim Rome, and Jim Rome was like, this was like the stupidest thing that you ever could have done. Now you got to go, So I was sitting there at home, sitting here in the studio, and I was like, which is it? Is it the dumbest thing ever, or is it the smartest thing ever? And I could see both sides. I leaned a little bit more with Jim Rome because I'm like, once you say that you are ready to go, which is what Baker did the next day. So after the letter, let me fast forward this a little bit. So after the letter, came out or whatever, Cleveland had Deshaun Watson in for a conversation. Deshaun Watson comes out publicly and says, okay, it's not Cleveland. I don't want to be in Cleveland. Thank you for the meeting, da-da-da-da. Your boy Baker automatically pushes all his chips to the middle of the table. And all of my poker players, you know what I'm saying? I can see your hands up out there. You know exactly. He pushes all the chips to the middle of the table. And what does he say? I got to go now. You guys have made this an untenable situation, and I need to go. There's no way that we can be here together, so I'm demanding a trade. Now, what I knew immediately with that move was he was trying to, because this is the 5th year of his rookie contract. So this is the year that he's going to be paid the most out of his current contract, but he's trying to get a new contract before the start of the season. So I understood that to be, if you guys want me to stay, you're going to have to pay me, based on the scale for QBs, with this much experience and blah, blah, blah. So I'm not going to bore you with all of the how they come up with all of that. But bottom line is it backfired because Cleveland said, no, you're not going anywhere. You still have a year left on your contract. We're not trading you, blah, blah, blah. So then I guess Baker's probably sitting at home like, okay, yeah, so this is negotiation 101. Well, the next day, so now we're talking about 3 days, 3 consecutive days, 3 or 4 days, Deshaun Watson comes back and says, yeah, I think I am going to go to Cleveland. He says, I think I am going to go to Cleveland now. Okay, record scratch. Needle right across the record. Everybody stop. Why? Because now Cleveland has come back with the deal of all deals. Cleveland has come back and said, not only are we going to take Deshaun Watson and we're going to, get rid of Baker Mayfield, we're going to guarantee Deshaun's entire contract for the tune of $230 million. Never been done. Never been done in the history of the National Football League. And it's done now. Now Baker is sitting there, and I'll just, suffice it to say, he's not happy. But now there's nowhere for him to even go. I mean, I think I had an appointment earlier today, and the TV was on, and I was like, they said something like, I guess overnight, Baker said that he wanted to play for Indianapolis because Indianapolis traded Carson Wentz to the Washington Commanders. Still can't get over that. The Washington Commanders for a bag of peanuts and a Diet Coke. Shout out to Pusha T. And he knew that there was an opening there. Well, Indianapolis came out and was like, nope, don't want you. We actually are going to bring in Matt Ryan. So Matt Ryan is leaving Atlanta to go to Indy. Marcus Mariota, I believe, is now in Atlanta. The only teams that are still out there in the quarterback hunt are Seattle and Carolina. Carolina has come out and said, we are not interested in Baker Mayfield. So, look, this is great times. I reached out to my brother, Chris Broussard, a couple of days ago, and I said, bro, this NFL offseason is the best that I've ever seen. And he was like, yeah, that and the NBA. So, look, just keep your ears open. Stay tuned. I told you guys I was going to let you know what's going on with the baseball. Baseball season is about to get cracking. Pun intended. They're working out everything that needs to be worked out with the collective bargaining agreement, and I think they're going to have a minimal forfeiture or loss of games. But the season is going to be underway. So all of you baseball heads out there, you're up.